2. Today, we're going to focus on 3 boxing combinations that are very vital and that have easy application to the defensive drills. Okay? From there, we're going to talk about a few kicking concepts and also some very basic elbow drills and bursting concepts. All right, let's begin. I'm going to show you each combination per defense drill. Okay, defensive drills have the sole purpose of being able to keep you safe when either moving in towards your opponent, backing out of your opponent, or changing the range via the vertical or horizontal planes. Okay? 3 of the most basic boxing defenses are the slipping, so you slip the punch, okay? The catching, to where you're catching the punch like a baseball, okay? And finally, the under and through, or bob and weave, depending on which school of thought you're looking at it, okay? The way I learned it, it was referred to as bob and weave. So, you move to the side as you cover. You cover, cover. And that's something that can be done in a very short distance area. Okay? All of these drills can be done as such. It's your job to be able to apply them to your sparring concepts. With help from the video, of course. So, first concept, the slipping. Slipping, I'm constantly progressing forward. I'm not slipping backward ever, because that creates too many openings. I'm constantly going forward, all right? So, for example, person's throwing straight right hand, boom, or straight left, depending on whether you're southpaw or orthodox. I'm slipping to the side, allowing to catch on my shoulder, okay? Likewise, over here, I'm getting through there, okay? Now, one thing about this, when I'm blocking or slipping, I just don't keep my hand straight like so. I rotate it out. Boom. That way, this does not collapse on me and cause further injury. I'm catching it and rolling out, allowing the glove to take the blunt of the punishment. Okay? So, to begin with, our first combination, very simple. Jab, cross, jab. It's as simple as that. So, and then you can also then create the reverse effect, cross, jab, cross, depending on which side you're practicing with, okay? So for example, 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, jab, cross, jab. It's a very simple thing to apply. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip. Notice how I'm here, boom, boom, boom. Again, breathe every single time. Constantly going forward. Now, if you notice something, I don't want to keep a huge opening here. So I want to be turned to the side just slightly. This hand's always up, this hand's always over, okay? And right in front of me. Okay, if I'm here, huge area of opening. Here, it's easy to go into a snap back, a power block, etc. I'm covered either way though, okay? So back to the drill. You notice my body's still going forward. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip. 1, 2, 3. Now, one thing that you should also be applying is now the depth. Okay, if I start on this side of the room, I should finish the drill maybe 2 to 3 feet ahead of me. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, 1, 2, 3. Boom. I might even want to back out. Okay? When I'm backing out, make sure to throw that jab to distract your opponent. Okay? So again, slow, then fast. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, slip, slip, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay? Second concept I want to cover today is the concept of catching. When catching, catch with the rear hand, right? Never the front. Reason being, if I catch with the front, I have all my openings here. However, if I catch with my rear, I can still push, I can still block, but I'm still covered. Okay? Combination for today for the catching. Catch, catch. Notice how my rear hand's now open. Boom, boom, boom. Little side note, when hooking, no hooking like so. Reason being, this is all arm strength now. Turn to the side. That way you have your back, your heels, your legs, everything working in accordance with the shoulder and also your wrist. As well, no point, I would not recommend keeping the elbow up or down. Try to make it as horizontal as possible. By making it horizontal, you're allowing good structure to work for you. Okay? So, this time I'm for the same concept of jab, cross. Catching the jab, catching the cross. Firing back. Now, again, if you notice something, I'm not going back. I'm not. I can go back with this drill, boom, boom, but then I may run up against ropes, which will be discussed in a later video. Okay? I can turn out of it. That's fine. That's no problem. However, in this concept, I want you to maybe take a small step back as you catch. Then you're firing back forward. Okay? So it's a little cat and mouse game in a sense. So, make sure you have plenty of room to where you're not going to hit anything. You're not going to run into a wall. You're not going to run into furniture or anybody. Just while you're practicing this drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Again. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now add that depth. So make sure you have your room. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. So make sure you're constantly having that room to work. All right? Last drill. Bob and weave. Okay? When bobbing and weaving, once again, now instead of working that lateral plane, going straight forward and straight back, now we're changing the range, changing the angle by going side to side. One thing about this is as you're bobbing underneath the hook, let's say, you need to be prepared when you pop back up. So many people will ding, over and done with. You need to be prepared. And notice how I'm low as I'm popping back up. Okay? 1, practice the bob and weave and go to each side. 2, 3. Now, one thing about this is that you're never, or I shouldn't say never, the chances of you doing this in a stationary position in regards to the same area are 5% or less. Just to be honest. What you need to do now is also work at that diagonal range. So you're bobbing, weaving, going forward in a forward manner. 1, 2. If you watch some old videos of Mike Tyson, he was amazing at this drill. Amazing at this concept. He would bob and weave maybe 4 or 5 times before countering. It's amazing. Okay? But as we're bobbing and weaving, we are now going to come up. As we shoot up, go through, back, over, through. 45 uppercut, high front hook, follow through with a straight right hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, as I'm coming up, boom, boom, and then through. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Likewise, if I'm going to the other side, I may change it to low body shot, high rear hook, come in with the forward lead hand. Okay? Again, 1, 2, 3. The forward lead hand is not exactly a strong technique. Let's turn it into a hook, but rather a posting out to create that distance again. Okay? So, on one side, 1, 2, 3. On the other side, 1, 2, 3. Make sure that you are applying that breathing concept. It should sound like so. Always apply that. Okay. Now, let's talk about kicking. Kicking is absolutely amazing. Okay. When you're applying the kicking arts, keep in mind that natural flexibility does take a role in it, as well as your strength and your balance. So keep up with flexibility and work on your own balance. Doing some of these drills slow at first does help with that. Gives you range on how to use the body motion. So today, we're going to focus on 3 kicks. Okay? We're going to focus on that front push kick. We're going to focus on that power side kick that you'll find in arts such as Joe Louis Fighting System, Joe Louis American Karate System. You'll find it in traditional Okinawan karate and also Japanese karate. We're also going to focus on our inward crescent kick. Okay, that you'll see in a lot of arts such as traditional Taekwondo, Tang Soo Do, as well as karate. Okay. So let's talk about that front push kick. Okay. Front push kick can work on either leg, depending on your range. Okay? If I had that front leg and he's close to me, I'm going to use that front leg. If I'm very close to the partner, that's when you're going to apply this. However, if there's a little more distance, use a rear leg. Boom. And main thing most people get trapped up on is this. They forget to lean back and apply this kick correctly. Okay? So, when we're going to lean back, we're going to thrust the hips forward, lean back slightly, but keeping our hands up. Boom. Notice how that body transition turned to push myself forward? Okay, same exact concept. Boom. Shoot that leg out. And notice, I'm just aiming right here. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Aiming only for the solar plexus area. That's it. That stomach area. It's not to do damage, but rather, as the name implies, push them away. Okay? Same exact concept here. You're driving everything forward. All right? So, 1, 2, back. 1, 2, you may come forward, but that's okay. As long as you cover it up with follow-up punches. Keep that in mind. Okay? Second kick, all right, is that power side kick that you'll see a lot of old traditional concepts. Now, in comparison, the majority of times that you see me do a side kick, it's talking about that superfoot system concept to where you're applying that front leg forward, stop, boom, and it goes straight in. I love it. I still use it. Love being a member of the superfoot system. It's an amazing system. With other arts, though, that may have not learned this, which are more power driven, one concept that does come to mind is as you jab, slight cover, as you'll see in the Joe Louis Fighting System, is the foot slightly goes behind. boom. Then you go through. Boom. 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 Okay? What causes the power is that slight little twist behind the foot. Boom. If you see old videos of Mr. Lewis, especially I want to say there's a match done where Robert Trias was the head judge, and he fought a guy named David Moon. He used this technique and legitimately broke the ribs of Mr. David Moon. Okay? So, keep that in mind. It does produce a lot of power. And it's not aiming high to the head or low to the leg, smack dab to the ribs, either side. It's a beautiful technique. But it has to be you have to know where to apply it. Okay? So, last kick that we're going to talk about. Before we start looking at those kicking combinations I want you to work on, okay, is the inward crescent kick. Typically used with the rear leg. I want you to use your hand as the distance of range. Okay? It could be a very close technique or a very far away technique. All depends on how you interpret this motion. I'm keeping the hand out here. Notice how I turn my body slightly. I'm still facing forward. So I'm going to lift the leg up, thrust the hip forward, and twist, and make sure that I'm pivoting on that front foot. Again, does produce a lot of power. Okay? So, you may be saying, how can I apply these techniques and concepts? I'm using the other leg, same concept. Goes straight through. Boom. I'm still facing forward. Keep in mind that whenever you turn your back to your partner, you're giving them an opening. You have to be prepared to not give that opening. And if you do give that opening, you need to be able to be prepared to cover it up with something. Your choice. So, let's talk about some basic concepts that you can apply these kicks to. Okay? They're going to be both with hand techniques, open and empty, and just a simple kicking concept. Okay? So let's talk about when you have gloves. Okay? Let's talk about that front push kick. We're going to talk about two different combinations here. Okay? First one is that jab. Okay? I'm working with my partner. Boom, boom. I'm throwing out some beautiful jabs. But he's not getting the hint that he needs a backup. Or he may be getting the hint and just keeping here. Keeping his hands up to block. Well, guess what? That's giving me my ribs right open. Or not my ribs, his ribs right open. So I'm 1, 2, boom. Straight in. 1, 2, boom. And pushing straight in there. Again, 1, 2. Notice how that foot just came out there while the jab was still there. 1, 2, boom. Shooting on through. 1, 2, boom. Shoot on through. 1, 2, boom. Now, you may see this pawing motion. The pawing jab, yes. Far too often in boxing, we don't really want to apply that. However, it works great when you're catching onto that person's hand. Can't really punch you anymore. Boom! Which gives you opening to kick. Now, the second concept or combination that we're going to work with the front push kick is coming from the rear leg this time. Okay, so 1, 2. That's our hand combinations that we're going to work with. 1, 2. Typically, we'll take this into like a rear leg pec kick, boom, 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 rear leg round kick, or boom, boom, front leg round kick. However, in this case, we're going to apply it into a front push kick. 1, 2, boom. Again, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. Notice I'm always covered up. 3. I'm going straight into my target. 1, 2. Boom. 3. Then you're applying it, going into that target range. All right? Let's talk about the second kick that we started work with. That power side kick. One of the main combinations that we've used up till now regarding the side kick is jab, 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 side kick, or straight jab, side kick. It's great. Those are basic fundamentals in the Superfoot system that I recommend everyone learn. These are great techniques. One of the main combinations I use in my sparring is this concept and technique. Okay? Second part is now we're going to work with the open hand strikes. A lot of times we haven't really thought about, okay, in the art of kickboxing, we have our gloves, so we're not going to strike with our empty hands. That's true. However, kickboxing came from an open-handed art of karate through PKA, through pioneers such as Joe Louis, Bill Wallace, Jeff Smith. The combination that we're going to talk about right now comes from Mr. Joe Louis, okay, which applies great into a self-defense situation. The moment I saw this concept, I fell in love with it, okay? So yes, we're working on a jab, possibly maybe a back fist. Either way, we take hold of the person's arm, wrist, shirt, for those just setting, gi top. It's beautiful, okay? Because one thing, as he's going to try to pull back, he's going to pull me with him, okay? What we're going to work with is taking the hand nice and tight and striking with the meaty part of the hand, okay? In Japanese arts, you can refer to this as a shudo hand or a yoko minuchi, side head strike. However you want to interpret that, okay? But it's going to come down to the jawline or clavicle, and then as we pull back, go through with a simple munetsuki, mid-area strike, okay? Or a vertical punch, if you want to refer to it as that title. So 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, boom. Apply that side kick. 1, 2, catch, strike, boom, straight through. 1, 2, catch, boom, boom, boom. It's beautiful because it's simple. 1, 2, catch, down, through, twist, and kick. It's very simple, okay? Last key combination that we're going to work with kicking arts, okay? That crescent kick. Now the crescent kick is a very interesting kick in regards that it's coming in a circular manner. Not just like a round kick, but you're kicking with the actual foot. The foot's staying completely straight, and you're coming in and cupping motion like an ashibarai to the target area. Okay, so you're kicking with the inner part of the foot. That's why it's so fascinating. Okay, remember how we applied that kicking concept to turn our body. Notice where it's placed me, to the side. When I'm applying this technique, boom, that allows me to come straight in with that side kick, which is the combination that we're going to work on today. Catch. Notice I've not put my foot down, but boom, it's ready to go in for that side kick. Boom. So I may have deflected my partner's punch. As I've done so, boom, I'm then applying that kick. What will happen is as that punch has come through, the kick it draws me out, thus producing an open area. Again, boom. If you want to keep your hand out there just for a simple target range, boom, go for it. Later on, have someone hold mitts for you. That's great. The main thing is that you want to do, make sure you turn, boom, and then apply, go straight into the next technique. On to the third section of this video. Elbow strikes and bursting. These are now close range techniques. They're no longer, I'm keeping my distance. So just the boxing, jabbing, or kicking ranges. No. Now we're up close and personal. So, with that being said, we're gonna go through 3 or 2 combinations for the elbow drills. Each one of these drills is gonna have 4 elbows in it. Each one of these elbows can be applied solo, or it can be applied with another elbow or another strike. All depends on the situation you're in. So, first one that we're gonna talk about deals with the 4 basic elbows. My karate instructor, my father, Robert Jekyll, always used to say, these 4 elbows are the fundamentals for close range fighting. Okay? And you can apply this in front of a mirror. I recommend actually going and training in front of a mirror for this drill. Actually, for the next 2 drills. That way you get a chance to see where your target range is. So, and work on one side per time. That way you get the ideas sunken in from muscle memory. So, first one, upward elbow, downward elbow. If you notice, my fist is still horizontal or vertical. It's not turning over, okay? 1, 2, hand comes out, 3, 4. Upward elbow, downward elbow. Round, side, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you just saw me turn back to look where my elbow was going. In a self-defense situation, you need to be able to see where you're striking. You don't shoot a gun blindly. You make sure you're gazing down the sight. Same rule here. I'm always looking where I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, the second part of this, you can apply the hand. So I'm grabbing onto my partner's or opponent's head, going through. Catching while blocking, making sure my face is protected. Catching the person's head, catching. Going underneath, grabbing the shoulder or wrist or elbow, then applying a side elbow. Now, let's look at the second module. All right? The second one, unlike the first one, which was very linear, so it went upward, down, round, side, making a nice little good Y and X axis. Now we're going to look at it in a different perspective, going off at angles. Upward diagonal, downward diagonal, spinning high, round. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So you're cutting back down at the person's head. Person's behind you. Boom. High. And now it's going to come down at a circular angle. 1. All the way through. 1 swift motion. Boom. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 2 elbow drills are very similar in the sense that they're constantly using your waist and your hips. You're pivoting constantly, and you're looking where you're going. So the first one again, up, back, round, side, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second one being upward diagonal, downward diagonal, rear high, circle front. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Last but not least, we're going to talk about bursting. Bursting is a Krav Maga concept that talks about having all your energy used at the very first concept, the very first contact. Okay, whether it be a strike, weapon, etc. We're going to break this down into 2 different areas: higher block and lower block. Okay, traditional karate has good, strong blocks in an upward motion or in a forward downward motion. But at the end, a lot of them block out at the very end of the technique. This is no disrespect to any martial art or teacher, but for me and my students, that's incorrect. Because it's going to take a tear on your elbow. It's going to take a tear on your shoulder, wrist, etc. And it produces you to have less mobility to be able to counter. So with that being said, let's make it more like a whip motion. Boom. I'm throwing the hand out there. That's just half the concept. Now I'm going to be moving forward during this time frame. Boom. So I'm pushing my whole body at once. Now with that second strike, it's going to be done almost simultaneously with the block. However, all I'm going to do is make a very simple closed fist and strike with a vertical fist. Okay, so keeping our hands up. 1, boom. This is blocking. This is striking the face. Boom, boom. 1, 2. So I'm progressing. I'm not retreating. Okay. In the forward block, we're progressing. Okay. On the other side, same concept. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. This is protecting because it's attacking the arm. This is protecting me because it's striking their face. Okay. Now let's talk about the lower block.